Hello everyone, today we will speak about buzzer for tinywhoop. And the problem is that there are no buzzers on tinywhoops. I have not found any final tinywhoop on the market that would have buzzer integrated. So you can integrate it by yourself, but there are a few aspects. First of all, you should buy that buzzer, and there are a lot of such buzzers, and its cost is very small and the size and weight is very small, but accidentally you find out that not all flight controllers have pins to solder that buzzer on. So it's not a problem too, because you can use Betaflight's command to reconfigure another pin to use your buzzer. I will show you later in this video how to do it. But even then, when you reconfigure the buzzer and solder the buzzer too, you find out that it still does not work. But no, it not does not work. It works always, so it continuously beep and beep whatever switch you turn on or off. And there is an aspect about physics and how it works inside. So let's go and check on the bench how does it work. Okay, so let's find out how it works. And typically we have bus plus, bus minus, which connects plus to plus, and flight controller operates by changing voltage on the bus minus pin. It switch makes the voltage and we've got beep, or it makes no voltage and it does not make beep. But what if we don't have bus plus, bus minus? Let's check what it is in real world. And in real world, bus plus is just simple 5 volt. And it's always connected to the 5 volt, and the flight controller does not interrupt the network. Instead it makes the 0 voltage on this, but the difference was 0. To make the 0 difference, it gives the 5 volt here. So when 5 volts go here, it means that 5 minus 5 equals 0. So it's like we connect this wire to here. So inside of the flight controller we have like a switch that switch this pin from ground to the 5 volt and back, depending on if we need or does not need to beep. And the problem with the 1S flight controller, when we add control pin, we find out that it operates in 1S flight controllers with 3.5 volts instead of 5 volts. And when flight controller actually gives voltage to this pin, instead of 5 we've got 3.5, and this has a difference 1.5 volts, so technically it continue beep. You can hear the difference beep on 3.5, it's a difference 1.5 volt. You can still hear that it's louder than with 0, but still it beeps. So whenever flight controller thinks that it makes such voltage to make no voice, it still has the beep. So what should we do about this? For sure we can use such vFly buzzer, which has its own logic and which already adapts to work with 5 volts or 3.5 volts. So when we connect plus and ground, and when we connect to this, there is no sound, and to 0 there is sound. But this device is rather heavy and has a big size. So let's check. It is 3.5 almost grams, and if we check the single buzzer, it's less than 1 gram, and for small tiny whoops even 1-2 gram may affect. Yes, when we fly such thing like 04 on Meteor 75 Pro. It's not so high difference, but still we would like to reduce the weight. So what should we do? We should make the analog of such device, but less heavy. And we have the schematics. Here it is, and here another one with the values. So we use simple transistor as a key. This configuration allows us to manipulate higher voltage by means of the lower voltage. So I have created this. Let's try it. Connect 5 volts, connect ground and check. No volume, 1 volume. Yes, it works. And as you can see, this one is still lighter than the full weight. And yes, you can use such mount boards that you can buy at the same shop where you can buy transistor and resistor, and in total I've got 1.5 grams of weight, which is smaller than Betaflight Mini. So you can use such one thing. And now let's configure from scratch. Okay, let's configure. First of all, go to presets and save backup, because we may make some error, so we would like to have ability to revert our changes. And now the minimum changes. Configuration, you should ensure that in config, beeper configuration, you have RX set turned on. It will allow you to make the buzzer beep when you switch the button on your remote. It's set, save reboot, and go to configuration. Let's go to adjustment, to receiver. My remote is connected, so check. I press the button, here it is. At this position it should have beeper on. So go to modes and go to configure. I find here beeper, set auto, switch, it automatically picks required aux, and ensure that this area covers the actual value where you expect it to be activated, and press save. So this is minimum configuration if you would have bus plus, bus minus, but I don't have bus plus and minus, so I have to change and remap it. I use command resource to check my configuration. Here you can see that beeper is configured for switch for the A08 leg of my chip, but it's not connected to anywhere, so I could reuse LED or some of the serials. And at this flight controller I have failed to reuse LED, so I have used serial RX2. It was not used to anywhere. So first of all, what should I do? I should disable serial RX, so it will not try reuse it. Then set the beeper to use it. And here I copy paste this pin and save. But now I've got it continuously beeping. It means that the behavior is inverted. I can check beeper inversion, it's enabled. It means that it has switched. It will make it on while it should be off. So I revert it, set beeper inversion off, and save. And check switch. Yes, it beeps when I need. So that's what we should done. And here what we have. Even without any ability to install the buzzer initially, we found the way to install the buzzer. So Feel free to use this information and don't lose your drones. See you next time.